It go through? Is it working?
Should be.
All right. We have yeah, it's live. All right, 2-2 count. That ball is hit, popped up in the air, and caught by the Hawks, and she can't make the play at third base.
So the runner advances to third on the fly out to center.
And it seems we have an injury for the Bulldogs at third base. She'll be helped off the field here.
There's a little bit of a rough slide there as, she was going into third. The ball skipped away. She had to quickly pop up with the thought of going home, but then ultimately decided to hold at the base and now should come out of the game.
Yeah, I think she
checked out.
got her hand caught there. It's not like the MLB where they got the gloves and sliding all that. Got to be careful there.
You like that oven mitt?
What?
You like the oven mitt?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, protects the players. You don't want to see any finger injuries. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Justin Haberman, freshman here at the University of Maryland. Alongside with me today is...
I'm Adam Lipman, doing the color for today's game. The middle of three after a postponement yesterday. Bowie State versus UMES.
Here's the pitch. Strike one for Maryland Eastern Shore. It's the Hawks versus the Bowie State Wildcats. We have an exhibition match, some fall ball action going on here, Adam. It's a full count. The payoff. And
So
no, 2-0. I think the scoreboard's a little wrong there. 2-0 count. And that ball is tipped way back out of the stadium. So 2-1.
freshman Danny Brown has been filling up the zone so far, Justin, and that's exactly what you need to see in a preseason game when this is the first of two Bowie
Danny
State will
Brown
play today.
out of Medford, New Jersey, deals, and that ball's grounded right to the second baseman, and she makes the play at first base. So that'll end the inning here, and we got our first look at the Bowie State Wildcats. First look at the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks coming up. All right, nothing match here as we head into the bottom of the first inning. It's Kinsey Mincer, the freshman for the Hawks. First pitch, high and inside.
So Bowie State take the field after stranding a runner in scoring position. That was at third base and led to an injury. And then between innings, Justin, we had another injury where a player had to be removed from the field.
That's right. Second pitch, called for another ball, 2-0 count. That injury was on the first baseline. I don't think anyone touched her. I'm not sure what happened. I hope she's okay.
Definitely a challenging day. It's really hot out on this field, and it's the first of two for Bowie State.
And it's the second of two for Maryland Eastern Shore. We had a batter timeout, but we're back here. The Bulldogs deliver. Swing and a miss. It's the first strike call of this game for the Bulldogs.
Ran the changeup inside and got a swing and a miss there. That was just not a pitch that you can drive, so at that point, even if it gets called against you, you might as well just take it. Hope it can, run inside.
That was down the middle, and she didn't. So the Bulldogs work back into this count, 2-2.
Looking for the first strikeout of this ball game.
That's right, Adam. Mincer is here to spoil it, though. Swing and a miss. Got him. Down on strikes. The first strikeout, you called it, Adam, of this game.
So the fastball was ran up high, swing and a miss, a ball by the eyes. And Bowie State have a little bit of momentum, quickly went away.
Here's the next batter up for the Hawks. A lefty. Foul tip into the mitt of the catcher for the Bulldogs. Oh, 1 count here. Swing, and I think that hit the bottom part of her bat, but it'll be called for a strike. 0-2 count here. And the last at bat, the Bulldogs pitcher went down 2-0 and worked her way back. Some changeups and fastballs inside, but got the swing and a miss and her first strikeout of the day. And here she is with an 0-2 count.
Just high and in.
High and in, 1-2 count. That ball is grounded softly to the second baseman and flips it over, makes the play for the second out of the inning.
He's making quick work here. I mean, that is exactly the kind of contact you want, just a weak dribbler in the infield.
Yeah, so that'll bring up Lily Riley, the infielder, freshman out of Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Let's see if the Bulldogs can go 3 up, 3 down. This pitcher's looking pretty good. Ball low and outside for 1-0 count.
So the second batter did not get a first pitch strike, but so far that has not been biting the Bulldogs yet.
Ball right down the middle for strike 1. Now that's a pitch that you want to swing at Adam. I mean, it was a fastball, but right down the middle, that's your pitch.
Looks like the Hawks are in wait-and-see mode, trying to figure out if they can pick up a tell that could, differentiate between fastball and change.
Yeah. That one was high for ball 2. 2-1 count on Riley.
Mincer definitely picked something up. She was immediately talking to her bench about something that she saw in the arm slot.
Yeah, she made contact. As the Bulldogs pitcher deals low for ball 3.
The first 3-ball count of the inning for the Hawks.
Yeah.
Best chance at a base runner so far.
Let's see if Riley can capitalize on this. 3-1 count. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Bulldogs deals. Swing, grounded softly to the infielder, to the first baseman, and she makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. And we'll get another look at the Eastern Shore Hawks as we go to the top of the second inning. 0-0 game here at Maryland. And we welcome you back to Robert E. Taylor Stadium to the top of the second inning. 0-0 ball game, and Danny Brown steps back on the mound for the Hawks. 1-0 count here. And it's a strike. A little high in the zone, but she got the call.
So the freshman Brown had to strand a runner at third last inning. She'll try and look for a quieter showing this time.
That ball is swung on, but out of play down the third baseline. It's a foul ball, so 1-2 is the count. As the batter takes some tape off of her hand, it's making some adjustments. Really stepping into that batter's box, getting pretty close to the catcher. Brown deals. Low for ball 2.
Yeah, you pointed out her position in the box. Like, that could be, the difference between being, caught, swinging on a changeup versus barreling it.
Yeah, exactly right, Adam. That ball's outside for 3-2. Full count here, our first full count of the day.
So the Hawks are trying to avoid a leadoff walk, Justin.
Brown deals the payoff. Swung on and hit deep. Back at the track, and it hits the wall. So she'll try for second base and slides and makes the play. What a hit for the Bulldogs. A full count for Danny Brown. And a ground roll double almost.
That ball was rocketed to right, and we were talking about how can she get a barrel. Maybe she just needs to stand further back in the box. She did. She pulled the change. Now the Bulldogs have their best chance of the day to score a run.
And they got a pinch runner in now.
And this ballpark is not easy to barrel the ball as a lefty. The wind wants to blow towards left, so if you try and pull it, it'll often get caught up in center and then just lead to a flyout.
Yeah. So we got another runner in scoring position here. Brown deals inside. But she got the strike call. 0-1 count for Danny Brown.
That's just one of those pitches that you have to take because there's no way you're generating quality contact, and they're playing her in, to bunt at third, try and move the runner over.
High for first ball. 1-1 count for Danny Brown. Swung on and tipped into the mitt of the catcher for Maryland Eastern Shore. That's Paige Perkins. out of Waterford, Connecticut. A senior. Getting some fall ball action. Senior catching a freshman. Brown's pitch is low. Got a big lead at second base there for the Bulldogs. Perkins is eyeing it down.
But in this situation, you know, stealing third is just too much risk when you could just hope for 2 ground outs and, you know, drive the run in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no outs in this inning, so there's no need to steal. 2-2, tipped back. Another foul ball.
And you were talking about the catcher Perkins. She's one of 2 seniors on this team, and she's dealing with an entire rotation comprised either of freshmen or sophomores, so
yeah,
very new to the college game.
The 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3.
Back-to-back full counts here. This is not what the Hawks want to be seeing out of their pitcher because everybody's on strict pitcher innings limits that, you know, in preseason, and they don't want to have to pull her early.
Yeah, this is your first game as a freshman, you know. You don't want to see this, but she got the strikeout call. A fastball right down the middle, swing and a miss. And she avoids, you know, possibly runs scored in.
So it does give the Hawks some more flexibility. That's the first strikeout of the day.
First out of this inning. Tipped back in. Oh, good thing there's a fence here, Adam, because that ball was tipped and almost coming back to our press box, but that's the first strike. 0-1 count here. The pitch from Brown. High for ball 1.
A lot of these misses are not really close or pitches that are likely to get a swing. So these are just waste pitches that something that UMES is going to have to correct.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That fastball down the middle. Once again, they got him on the last at-bat, and she threw it once again.
Just all about filling the zone here for Brown.
Yeah, Painting the strike zone. 1-2 pitch. That ball is swung on a hit to center field, and she can't make the play. 1 run will score. And it's a double for the Bowie State Bulldogs. Not what you want to see as your first game as a freshman pitcher for Danny Brown. That ball was ripped to center field. Almost made the play.
That was a diving try by the center fielder who was unable to get it. Right fielder took an extra second and only threw to second. If she had thrown home, they might have had a play at the plate. It was a late break for the runner off second.
Exactly right, but we're in the same situation. That ball swung on and tipped out of play. I may head over to the soccer field over there, but 0-1 count. So runner on second, 1 out. Brown deals that pop fly, and easy play for the shortstop. Second out of the inning.
So Brown trying to limit the damage to only 1 run here in the second.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs, you like what you see so far. 2 big hits this inning. Another runner in scoring position. Brown deals. Strike down the middle. Pitch outside. 1-1 count.
This is brand new for both of these teams. They did not play last year, Justin.
Yeah.
So, all new teams, all new opponent.
Swing and a miss down the middle. She's gotten the Bulldogs to swing and miss on down the middle. It's 3 times so far in this inning.
And that just means they're not seeing it out of her hand very well, because she doesn't even have to locate it right now. The stuff is just getting the whiffs.
1-2 pitch, 2 outs. Ooh, that ball is called for. Pitch is called for a ball, but almost looked like a strike. 2-2 count here.
Perkins thought she had the frame there, but umpire believes it's just outside.
Yeah, Danny Brown. He's got a 2-2 count, 2 outs, top of the second. She deals. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning for Danny Brown. She gets herself out of trouble, only allows 1 run. But you like what you see if you're the Bulldogs. 2 big hits. You had runners in scoring position twice. But you got to keep eyeing that fastball down the middle from Danny Brown. So 1-0 game here as we head to the bottom of the second. We welcome you back to Robert E. Taylor Stadium in University of Maryland College Park. And that ball is hit, and she's out. That is number 4, Skylar Skinner of Maryland Eastern Shore. First pitch swinging down the third baseline, and she makes the play at first base to get the first out.
And that was in and out of the glove of the third baseman, who it looked like might have had an error there, but she knew she had time, fired a strike over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That ball's high. That'll bring up number 3, Clark Calvin, the infield sophomore out of Woodbury, Minnesota, for the Hawks. 1-0 count here. Ooh, that ball is outside and on the ground.
She's one of 2 on this team that come from Minnesota, which is always interesting. I mean, you know, just making the lifestyle adjustments, going from the Minnesota cold to the Maryland weather.
Yeah. That's Clark Calvin and Lola Meyer, both sophomores. Meyer from Princeton, Minnesota. The lefty Clark swings on that one, but it's out of play. Foul ball.
Just a little bit late on it, but that kind of line drive contact is exactly what you need if you're UMES. Trying to respond after Bowie State had those 2 doubles in the first.
Yep.
They had that on fly ball contact, but line drives will do the job as well.
Two 2-1 count. Oh! Almost hit her. Clark moved out of the way in time, but almost a walk there.
Late fastball release does not get the job done, and now at risk of putting a runner on with only 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, 3-1 count. Check swing, and the Bulldogs pitcher gets the strike call, so we got a full count here. Three strikes, 2 balls, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Here's the payoff. Swung on and looks like that was tipped, I believe. So yeah, that'll be a foul ball. We'll stay right here.
Catcher dropped it behind the plate. That was just a nasty low changeup that it's hard for even the catcher to get a grasp of, much less the hitter to make contact with.
Yeah. Here we go again, the payoff. Swung on and missed, but the catcher dropped it and she makes the play at first base. So the catcher dropped the ball. Clark ran to first base, but the Bulldogs made the play in time to get the second out of the inning.
And after checking at that first changeup, she went fishing for the next two. Nastiest strikeout of the day so far for either team.
Yeah, so that'll bring up the, as you said, one of two seniors on this team, Paige Perkins, the catcher, for her first at-bat. Righty on righty here. The Bulldogs pitcher deals. Swing and a miss. In there for strike one on Perkins.
Whiffs are so important in softball, just trying to finish off counts. If you can get them early on, it's critical.
That ball is inside for ball one.
The changeup so far is more effective against lefty hitters. The right-handed hitting Perkins can easily spit on the inside because she knows that she can't drive it anyway.
Exactly, she could pull it. That pitch is called for a ball. Looked like a strike from up here, but the umpire clocked that as high.
Bowie State bench.
Yeah.
A little bit of disbelief.
Yeah, 2-1 count here for Perkins. Oh, he got the strike call there that time. Now, that one looked like a ball, called a strike. The other one looked like a strike, called a ball, but either way, we got a 2-2 count. That ball was low and inside. High, strike. Ball three. Another full count here, Adam.
Last time she had a full count, she was able to deliver, get strikeouts on pitches in the dirt.
Yeah. You know, even if you're not making contact or getting on base, you like that for Eastern Shore. Here's the payoff. And she works a walk. That's ball four, so Perkins will head to first base, and that'll bring up number 9, Emily Gunther, the other senior out of Centerville, Maryland. So a Maryland native, used to this weather. It's a very hot day here in College Park. But like we said before, even if you're not getting hits, working a full count is a good at-bat. We got a low stance here for Gunther. First pitch outside for ball one.
Low stance, and am I seeing purple in her hair? Or am I crazy?
You are seeing purple in her hair.
Okay.
I can't tell if that's something she puts on for the game or is that dye. I don't know.
It looks like a streak.
Yes, I like it. That pitch is called for a strike inside. I like this purple look. It goes with their maroon outfits.
Wearing a gray and black base, almost like hawk feathers.
Yeah. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for Gunther. Ball right down the middle.
And it's interesting. UMES, they have numbers on their uniforms. Bowie State, it looks like they're wearing practice shirts almost. No numbers.
Yeah, it makes it
Nothing
tough.
to discern them.
That makes it tough on us, Adam. Looks like she's... Okay, yeah. That ball's high. Ball two. 2-2 count here. 2 outs. Runner on first. She looks like she's about to bunt, and then she brings it back. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That ball's tipped back. Foul ball. So we'll do it again. Yeah, she looks like she's about to bunt every time she goes up, Gunther, and then she pulls it back, and she's a really low, close stance to the catcher. So that's interesting to see.
Could help her set her position at the plate. It might just be trying to play mind games with the pitcher here.
Yeah. Every player has their own thing that they do. It's just what works best for you. 2-2 count. The pitch, low. ball 3, and that is another full count.
So 3 straight full counts this inning. First one went well. Second one led to the walk that was responsible for a runner on first.
Let's see what Gunther can do here. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Here's the payoff. Ball 4. So, UMES has runners on first and second, and that'll bring up number 23, Lola Meyer, also out of Minnesota, Princeton, Minnesota, the sophomore outfielder. She has runners on first and second, 2 outs. And this Bowie State pitcher is getting herself in some trouble here.
So Eastern Shore yet to record a hit, but they have 2 base runners, including a runner in scoring position here.
The pitch is outside for ball 1.
And this ballpark has not been friendly for Eastern Shore. They did not score a run here last year in a game against Maryland, dropping that one 19-0 in 5 innings.
Yeah, that is. Oh, there's the oven mitt. We were talking about it before. 19-0 game is crazy in just 5 innings. We got a close match here, though. Bowie State just up by 1 run. UMES has runners in scoring position, though. 1-0 count for Meyer. Pitch outside, ball 2.
Almost faked the throw down to second because runner was dancing off the base.
Yeah, the catcher is on that second base runner for UMES. That ball swung on, but foul ball. We got a lucky fan. Foul ball, so strike 1.
They gave it. Looks like, is that a kid? No? No, that's not.
Couple UMES fans. Adam, you think we got a 2-1 count right now? All it takes is 1 more ball and 2 strikes. You think we're going to get another full count? Oh, there's a ball.
Well,
And runners advance. So runners on second and third. Wow, this Bulldogs pitcher is really working herself into some trouble here. Yeah, Adam, do you think we're going to get a full count?
I don't know. Right now, it's been very hard for Bowie State to find the zone. They're actually, it looks like they're going to have a mound visit here because that wild pitch, I mean, that was nowhere close. That just fully sailed out. Release point very, very late. And right now, runners on second and third. This is a dangerous situation. A bloop single gives the Hawks the lead.
Yeah, that's all it takes, just 1 swing off the bat. And, you know, for this Bowie State pitcher, it's not even like she's giving up hits. It's just walks and miscues on the mound.
But walks will come back to bite. That's Maryland's biggest problem normally in this stadium. Walking too many hitters and then allowing damaged contact that, you know, really comes back to bite because a solo home run is just 1 run. If you walk 2 people and then allow a home run, you're in a big hole.
Yeah, it's dangerous situation here. But Meyer is up to bat. 3-1 count, 2 outs. The Bulldogs pitcher deals another walk. Bases loaded for UMES. So not a full count, but bases loaded. And we have number 13, Makala Clark, the sophomore out of Monroe, Louisiana.
So she's the furthest south on this team.
She is, so she's used to this weather. She's got bases loaded right now. Let's see what she can do. Oh, almost in a pickle, but UMES, that third base runner, almost got herself in a pickle.
That's a situation where the shortstop had to run to third to cover because the corner infielders are coming in worried about a squeeze play. But when you're covering the base, you have to be on it in case of a throwdown like that. She was 2 steps off. Even with a tag, that's a really hard play.
You're exactly right, Adam. So, I mean, Bowie State could still get out of this inning. I mean, all it takes is 1 more strike. We got an 0-2 count right now. Bases loaded, but this Bowie State pitcher can get out of this inning not allowing a run, just giving up a lot of walks and pitches.
Outfield playing at medium depth here.
0-2 count for Clark. Swing and a miss. Wow. She works herself out of trouble. A sigh of relief for Bowie State. She leaves 3 base runners stranded. And Clark goes down on strike. So we go to the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Bowie State. All right, we welcome you back to College Park, Maryland. It's a new pitcher for UMES. It's number 11, Paris Richards, the junior out of Oregon City, Oregon, a transfer from St. Michael's College.
And she's already worked quickly. 1 pitch, a grounder to 3rd, 1 out.
That pitch in there for ball 1. Looked like it was a strike from up here. Richards deals. High for ball 2.
It was the first call to the bullpen for Eastern Shore, who are trying to keep it a 1-run deficit here.
Three-0 count. And strike 1. She avoids a walk.
So Perkins has been trying to frame the outside edge against righties all day. She gets the call there.
Richards deals. Ball 4. She heads over to first base. And if you notice, Adam, some of these outfielders are not wearing their hats in this exhibition match, or sunglasses. That could really affect, a pop fly that's usually an out.
Looks like that's a strategy, corner outfield and corner infield.
That's right. Oh, she almost steals second base. A Bulldog. But Paige Perkins is on at the 0-1 count here.
That's the kind of pitch you need to steal on, just a floater outside. That's not an easy transfer for Perkins to try and throw down to second. If you're not going to break there, I'm not sure what she's going to be waiting for at first.
Yeah, she looks like she's almost trying to steal twice. 1-1 count One out for Richards. Tried to bunt, but it fell back. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. She went to bunt, but it went backwards. I think she just got over it.
Just over and on top, which, you know, you can be on top of it and try and lay it down right in front of the plate, but that's a difficult play, and we'll have to see if the bunt will still be on with 2 strikes.
Swung on and another foul ball behind her, so 1-2 count. Richards deals. That ball is swung on, but foul ball down the third base line.
Good timing there, just a bad part of the bat, inside, not on the barrel, and she's lucky that it wasn't run down in foul territory.
Yeah, she almost pulled that one. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The runner steals to second base, but Perkins can't get the ball out in time.
So Perkins bobbled the transfer, and Bowie State gets something out of that strikeout. Now they have their third runner in scoring position of the day.
That's exactly right. You suffer a strikeout. But as you said it, another runner in scoring position. I'll bring up another Bulldog for Richards to face. First pitch swinging down the right field line, and that ball is in foul territory. Almost went Apo Taco.
Ball was trailing right, but fly balls are the difference so far between these two offenses. We have not seen one or a hit from UMES, but Bowie State have been trying to power it to right. That's been an offensive game plan for them today.
Yeah, so 0-1. Swinging, second pitch swinging, and it lands into right center field. 1-1 will score for Bowie State. They go up 2-0. 1-1 single for the Bulldogs. That ball landed right in between the right fielder and center fielder. Not what you want to see if you're UMES.
And it was a similar kind of swing to the RBI double in the second, where it was just driven to right center. It wasn't hit so hard, but it was just deep enough that it could play off the outfielders who are shaded left, trying to play it to pull for the righty. Instead, she goes opposite field.
So we got a pinch runner for the Bulldogs. Richards deals. Perkins eyeing down that Bulldog trying to steal from first to second. We got the Bulldogs batter who was very close stance to the catcher. Up once again. Swung on and hit right to the shortstop. UMES doesn't turn 2, but they get the out at first base. And that'll end the inning. So Richards works herself out of trouble, allows 1 run, and we go to the top of the 4th inning. We welcome you back to College Park, Maryland. It's Bowie State versus University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Top of the fourth inning. UMES has number 4 Skylar Skinner back on the mound. The freshman from Flossmoor, Illinois. Has a 1-0 count right now. Inside for ball 2. Almost hit Skinner. Sorry, that's number 7, Kinsey Mincer. Number 7 for UMES. 2-0 count. Low called for ball 3. So Mincer getting ahead of this count early. And last time that we saw UMES bat, they worked multiple full counts and left 3 runners on base. As that ball's called for a strike.
You're right, Justin. We haven't seen them get a hit, but they've had the bases loaded, something that Bowie State have been unable to do. But until we see the Hawks start driving the ball, this score is likely to hold 2-0 here at the bottom of the third.
That ball is grounded softly to the third baseman. She makes the play at first base to get the first out of the inning.
So a nice way to fight back into the count and get a quick first out of the inning. All 3 innings, Bowie State have gotten the first out on the first batter to come up.
I'll bring up the next batter for the Hawks. It's number 99. Well, that ball landed before it hit the batter's box. That's for sure ball 1.
That changeup just not fooling anyone. If you can't make it to the plate, no one's going to swing.
One 0 count. That ball is chopped right to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. She didn't even have to move. Hit right to her.
So a quick tempo so far, and Bowie State looking to make it 3 up, 3 down. Build right on back-to-back innings with a run scored.
Yeah, so Riley will step back into the batter box. Riley going with no gloves. That ball's high for ball 1. Late release there for the Bulldogs pitcher. Still no hits for UMES. That ball swung on down the right field line, and she makes the play. A tough catch. The right fielder for the Bulldogs ends the inning. Riley almost went opposite. A tough catch as she closes out this inning. They go up 3 down. 3 up, 3 down, like you said, Adam. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. And we got a 2-0 ball game. Bowie State on top of UMES. Paris Richards steps back onto the mound as we go to the top of the 4th inning. That pitch is in for ball one.
So the bottom of the third ended in thrilling fashion with a nice lunging catch in right by Bowie State to prevent UMES from getting their first hit of the day.
That ball is cranked into right field. That'll get in for a single right over the head of the second baseman. That looked like a line drive. And another hit for Bowie State.
And there was an attempt by the right fielder to try and go for the rare 9-3 putout, but runner had just enough speed to beat it out. Third time today that a leadoff hitter for Bowie State is reached.
I'll bring up another Bulldog. The count is 1-0 for Richards. Strike one. Fastball right down the middle. Strike two. Fastball down the middle. 1-2 count for Paris Richards, getting ahead early. We got a righty on righty contest. Outside for ball two.
Perkins keeps trying to extend the zone wide against right-handed hitters. It so far has not generated many calls in UMES's favor.
Three-two count, the payoff. Swing and chop softly down the third base line. An error there by the left fielder. So runners on second and third. That's a double for the Bulldogs. And it was just a soft ground ball down the left field line that turned into a double, and an error by the left fielder. Richards now faces runners on second and third base with another Bulldog coming up. No outs in this inning too either, Adam.
And right there were three misplays in that sequence. First, it's chopped, like you were saying, to third. It goes off the third baseman's glove into left, where it takes a bounce that the left fielder was not properly positioned for, and they miss a cutoff man.
That's right. Now the infield is in. 1-0 count here. Richards really in trouble. Just a 2-0 ball game, but one swing off the bat, and this could take a turn quickly.
So, Justin, I would have called that an E5 and an E7 because those are two misplays where they could have gotten the out at third, and they did allow the runners to advance an extra 90 feet.
You're exactly right, Adam. Swing, and the throw to home. She got him. Perkins has the Bulldogs in a pickle now. And we have one out. No runs will score. Runners on first and third.
So a fielder's choice, a nice throw home from the shortstop. Keeps it 2 runs for Bowie State, but they've still got runners on the corners, and now the plan for Richards has to be to fish for a double play ball. That's how they're playing in the middle infield. They're playing the corners a bit in, especially at third.
Yeah, hoping for a ground ball here. So that was just a ball hit softly in the infield. Looks like she's about to bunt. Nope, she pulls it back. No, she may be showing a bunt. The runner tries to steal second base, and she does. The shortstop didn't look behind her, and she could have, number 99, could have had the Bulldog in a pickle, but instead you have runners on second and third now.
When you're in a situation like that, the shortstop turned her back to the runner going from first to second. You can't do that because then you're not sure which way they're going to break. And then she tried to hold the runner at third. Instead, that just allowed a stolen base.
You're exactly right. Richards gets a strike call there, though. And like you mentioned earlier, she's got to hope for a double play here. A ground ball into the infield is what you're praying for if you're UMES. But Richards has a 2-2 count here now.
So runners at second and third. I mean, they're playing the infield in, looking for the play at the plate.
3-2 count for Richards. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Here's the payoff. Strike 3, down looking on strikes.
A crucial strikeout for the Hawks as they are
A high fly ball to left field, and UMES escapes this inning with a just down 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We welcome you back to Robert E. Taylor Stadium at the University of Maryland College Park. It's a 2-0 ball game. Bowie State up, and UMES is up to bat. That pitch is in there for ball 1. It's number 4, Skylar Skinner, in this batter box right now. 1-0 count. Let's see what UMES could do. That ball is down the third base line, but called for a foul ball.
Skinner grounded out her first time up, also to third base, so another similar swing. The question is, will she make the adjustment against Bowie State?
The 2-1 count. That ball is hit. Line drive to left field. In for a single for UMES. So, like you said, Adam, she made the adjustment.
She was a little bit later on that pitch, which is exactly what she needed to do because she was chopping it pull side earlier. Instead, she lands a nice line drive through the shortstop hole. First hit of the game for the Hawks.
Yeah, I was about to say it, but you got there before me. So, number 3, Clark Calvin, is up to bat, the lefty. Skinner looking to steal for second base, but the Bulldogs catcher not having it. Ooh, Clark Calvin looked like she's trying to bunt there.
They're certainly playing her to it at third. Infield drawn in. Shortstop playing back to try and have range in case the ball does make it past one of the infielders. And looks like we'll have a mound visit here, Justin.
Yeah, gonna talk some things over. And we're back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clark Calvin. The pitch is high, called for ball 2. Three-one count. Let's see if we'll get another full count. That's been the story for the day. That ball is chopped softly down the third base line, but out of bounds. She was late on that swing. Barely got a piece of it, and she worked herself into a full count. No outs, 1 runner on first base.
This is the first time all game that the Hawks have had a leadoff hitter reach, so this could be their best rally if Calvin can reach here.
Yeah, I mean, 1 swing, and it's a tie game. Even runners in scoring position. That ball is swung on and through the gap. It's an error by the outfielder, and the third baseman bobbles it, so she reaches. Runners on second and third. I just called it. You got 1 swing. That should be a single, but you got runners in scoring position now. Runners on second and third. That's just the second hit of the day for UMES, but you got Paige Perkins, the senior, coming up now. And you're in a good spot. No outs. And that was an error by the Bowie State outfield.
So that was a nice swing, knowing that the third and second baseman are coming in on you for Calvin to line it past the shortstop into center where it's bobbled, and then smart base running by Skinner to head for third on what was a bang-bang play that she ultimately got the better end of.
Yeah, and now you got runners in scoring position. With Perkins, the senior, up. A pitch is called for strike 1. That ball is chopped softly to the infield, and she makes the play. Runnels will stay put. And the routine ground out.
So a wasted opportunity there for the Hawks, and that's exactly what you can't do. You don't want a weak ball on the ground. There's just no play at the plate, and just gives away an out. Now they'll have to rely on a sacrifice fly if they can't get a hit here. Just cut this deficit in half.
Yeah, well, that'll bring up the other senior, Emily Gunther. And it hit her. So bases loaded for UMES.
That was just a floater that did not release from the hand well, and now base is loaded for the second time today. The last time that happened, we saw a strikeout swing from the 9-hole hitter Clark to end the threat.
Yeah, so Lola Meyer steps into the box with just one out, and she has bases loaded. Pitch is called for a ball. Bowie State's still up 2-0, but it could change quickly here as you have runners in scoring position. Just one single and one swing off the bat, and it could take a turn.
UMES looking for their first run of the day after playing against Maryland earlier.
Swing and a miss. Got her on the outside pitch.
And there was just no chance that was past the furthest end of the bat. Not a pitch you want to be swinging at in a big moment like this.
Pitch is called high for a strike.
So after being held hitless for 3 innings, UMES already have 2 and a hit by pitch this one.
Yeah. Ball 3. So, I mean, one more ball and it's 2-1. And bases stay loaded. Or a ground out into a double play.
Double play ball is certainly a factor, but
That's what you're
it doesn't
looking
look like the infield is playing quite at that range. Shortstop and particularly the second baseman are playing in, looking for especially the force at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Bowie State, you're looking for a double play here. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And, yeah, it's a walk. I don't know if Bowie State knew that the bases were loaded because she looked like she was going to tag her, but
Yeah.
and we got a mound visit here. 2-1 ball game. Bases loaded for UMES. They finally found their flow, like you said, hitless through 3 innings, and they're putting points on the board in the top of the 4th here.
So they will go have a mound visit, and they will go to their bullpen for the first time today. So bases remain loaded, still 1 out. And we'll be back once play resumes.
First pitch strike here for the new pitcher. It's number 13, Nakala Clark, up to bat for UMES.
So Clark struck out in a big situation back in the bottom of the second.
That ball is out of play. Foul ball, tip back. Pitch is called for a ball, so 1-2 count here. Let's see if this new pitcher for the Bulldogs can work herself out of trouble. That ball's hit into the infield. They go to make the play at home, but she can't. 1 run will score for UMES. And it's a tie ball game.
So it's a 6-3 fielder's choice that'll drive in the game-tying run. That ball was deflected off the runner. Catcher had no chance with it. And now UMES might take their first lead of the day.
Yeah, and you got a freshman, Kinsey Minster, coming up to bat. Bases still loaded. Not a pitch you want to swing at. That looked inside. She got a piece of it for a foul ball, but that's not a pitch you want to swing.
It looked like if she didn't swing, it was going to hit her.
Exactly. And you got another run in. Pitches inside, back-to-back inside pitches, and this infield looks like they're playing inside as well.
The infield's just drawn in because they're focused on getting the out at the plate. They're not thinking about the double play ball because it's harder to turn those, especially with a speedy runner.
Exactly. Two-one count, one out. Bases loaded for Kinsey Minster, the freshman. This is her chance to show what she got, show what she's got in fall ball. That ball's called for a strike. 2-2 count. Looked inside from up here, but the Bulldog pitcher gets the strike call.
From where the umpire is positioned, he's a step left of the catcher, which makes you think that more inside strikes will be called, fewer outside.
You're exactly right. Swing and a miss. Kinsey Minster goes down on strikes.
Second strikeout of the day for Minster, and it'll put the pressure on the shortstop 99 to help UMES take their first lead of the day. Bases still loaded.
That ball is down the middle, called for the strike. Swing and a miss. Got on top of that one. 0-2 count, 2 outs. 99 up to bat. Bases loaded for UMES. Ball's outside. Pitch is called for ball 1.
Just trying to see if she'll whiff, not risk an in-zone pitch there with 0-2, but now in a pitcher's count, she'll try and get back into it. So far today, that fielder's choice that did lead to a run scoring, but you know that kind of context what you want, a strikeout. Now try and find another.
Outside pitch again, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Infield played back, trying to find a force at any base.
Swing and a miss. So the Bulldogs pitcher works her way out of trouble. 99 leaves 3 stranded on base. And that'll do it for this inning. We'll be back with you when we resume play at College Park. And we welcome you back to the top of the fifth inning here. It's a new pitcher for UMES, Chloe Weber, the freshman out of McClave, Colorado. First pitch called for a ball.
So the furthest west player on this Bowie State roster as they look to reclaim the lead after allowing 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
That ball is rolled on the ground, popped up, and second ball.
Bowie State bench very animated after losing their lead.
Pitch is in, called for ball 3. So Weber already behind the count. This is her first look as a freshman. Ball 4, works a walk. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls. And Bowie State has a runner on first base. And Perkins goes to meet with her freshman pitcher.
So that is the fourth time today the leadoff hitter has reached base for Bowie State. 2 of those innings they've scored.
And you're right, this Bowie bench is getting pretty hyped up for their team. It appears as if she's looking to bunt or looking to get the throw at second. So the Bulldog had a big jump at first base, went to steal second, but caught herself and is back at first base. As this Bulldog pitcher looks like she wants to bunt. 0-1 count here.
Does look like the hit and run sign is on here just to go on contact, but it's important to not pop up this bunt.
That ball is popped up and caught for the out. That almost landed in UMES's dugout. But the first baseman, number 9, Emily Gunther, the senior, makes the play for the first out of the inning.
So Gunther and Perkins almost collided on the dugout railing, and Gunther ends up making the catch, but that's exactly what you need. Pop-up contact, no risk there. Don't even need a fielder to make a crazy play.
Yeah. Heads up play there. That ball is swung on, high fly ball, deep to right field. Easy pop out. She makes the play. First pitch swinging, second out for UMES.
So after allowing the leadoff walk, Weber has been working quickly. 2 outs, both on pop-up and fly ball contact.
That'll bring up another Bulldog into the batter box for Weber to face. That pitch is low, in for ball 1. Gunther caught that ball without a hat or sunglasses. Very impressive. It's a sunny day here in College Park. Pitch is in for ball 2.
So Weber has been wild so far in this one, and it looks like her shorter arm action might be contributing to that. Early releases.
Ball 3, runner will advance to second base. An error by Weber.
So the wild pitch makes it the second 3-0 count of the inning.
And Bowie State's dugout likes what they see.
Well, they have a runner in scoring position, which would be the go-ahead run.
Yeah. 3-0 count for Weber. She gets the strike call, though. Let's see if she can work back into it. That ball is swung out and looped into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores for Bowie. They earn their run back. It's a single for the Bulldogs. And Adam, that's what you need if you're Bowie State.
Well, that's quite a way to respond after allowing 2 in the bottom of the 4th. To pick up your pitching staff if you got a big stop from your reliever, just to line it again. And we've seen right center is where these Bowie State hitters have felt the most comfortable hitting it to.
You're exactly right, and it's not a great look for Weber as she was facing a 3-1 count. She was behind it and had 2 outs. That's really where you want to get a strikeout and end the inning. That's what your coach would like to see. As Bowie has a pinch runner come in now. Fastball is tipped back for a foul ball. Called strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. Called for a ball that's low and outside. Outside for ball 3.
So the third hitter this inning to reach a 3-ball count. The previous 2 have gotten on base, but it's just all about can she find the zone again.
And she works a walk. So runners on first and second for Bowie State. 2 outs in this inning. And here's a lefty batter for Weber to face. And this Bulldogs dugout is cheering on their team as they rally. They've already come back and retake their lead in this inning. See what they can do here. Swing and a miss. Down the middle, fastball for Weber.
Just an ugly cut there, trying to charge in the box a little bit, build up momentum, but fully whiffed on that.
It looks like she's bumped in. Nope, she pulls back. That ball is swung on in. Out of play. That's a foul ball. And into the bleachers, a souvenir for a fan. 0-2 count. Can Weber get her first strikeout? The pitch. That ball is chopped softly over Weber's head into the mitt of her fellow infielder, and that'll end the inning. So Weber escapes trouble. 3-2 ball game. Bowie State retakes the lead, and we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We welcome you back to the 5th inning. It's number 6, Amaya Nunez, the freshman from Tampa, Florida, up to bat. 0-1 count. That one is hit down the third base line, pulled it, but out of play. Foul ball. So second strike
So Nunez is coming in for Riley, who today was 0 for 2. UMES trying to tie this game back up after allowing the go-ahead run in the top of this 5th inning.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit right to the shortstop. So first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 4, Skylar Skinner.
So that was a nice swing, just not enough power on it to get over the shortstop's head. It just floats into the glove and quickly one away.
The Bulldogs pitcher delivers. Strike 1 on Skinner.
So this Bowie State reliever has been doing her job nicely. 2 strikeouts and 2 bits of soft contact. Unfortunately let down a little bit by the defense, who allowed a run to score last inning.
Swing and a miss. Bulldogs pitcher got him on the pitch inside. Pitch low and outside.
Just really pulled the string there. And definitely more power from this pitcher, ramping up the velocity a little bit than the Bowie starter.
That one is hit down the right field line, but it's a foul ball, so Skinner will step back into the box. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped softly right to the first baseman. Easy play for the Bulldog to secure the second out of the inning.
Unlucky break for UMES, that ball. I'm sure she was hoping it would roll foul. Instead, it will just stay inside the line. Quickly 2 away, and we have not seen one, quality swing so far against this reliever.
The pitch down the middle, call for strike 1. It's Clark Calvin back in the batter box for her third at-bat of the game. Foul tip back. That ball was outside. Barely got a piece of it.
Just not a pitch you want to be swinging at in any circumstance. I mean, that's low and outside. Going to be called a ball every time, and there's no way you can even drive it. So just a wasted opportunity there. Now in an 0-2 hole.
You're exactly right. She swings on that one. Pop fly ball. And easy play for the left fielder to close out this inning. It looked like the same pitch as the one before. She went opposite, but round. Bowie State back up to bat in the top of the sixth inning. Bowie Weber, second inning on the mound. One ball, no strikes, no outs. That pitch is thrown outside for ball two.
So Weber did not have the start she was hoping for when she appeared in the last inning, giving up the go-ahead run that Bowie State are trying to add on to now.
Pitch right down the middle for strike one. Am I seeing two braids out of her here?
It looks like it. Dual braids.
Looks pretty cool. The 2-1 count for Weber. That pitch is outside, called for ball three. That was a close one. Could go either way, but it works in the Bulldogs' favor.
We haven't seen much player outrage in any of these calls. There have been a few that the catchers were hoping to frame, but that's always the case.
And Weber works a walk. So the dual-braided Bulldog will trot over the first base. Weber, that pitch is outside the batter. That is for sure a ball.
Behind her back, I mean, if this were a tighter game during the regular season, they might have thought that was intended to hit her.
Yeah.
But instead, I mean, Weber has been struggling today with on and off command. When she's been throwing strikes, things have been going well.
Just like right there, a pitch down the middle. She followed up that pitch behind the batter's back pretty well.
But against hitters that she is not allowed a 3-ball count to, they're 0-2 with weak contact. So it's just about not letting Weber beat herself.
That pitch is in there, called for a ball. Weber gets a little help from Perkins, some encouragement. That ball swung on and fouled behind her. Not a pitch you want to swing at. That's called inside if you don't swing. And you're looking at a 3-1 count instead of 2-2.
Just trying to turn this lineup over. Put as many on as possible.
That ball is hit. Fouled back, though.
Struggling to get a good part of the bat on any of these swings. They're not bad timing-wise. And, she has the right idea of what to swing at, what not to, but it's just, can you make quality contact here? Try and get something in the gaps.
Right. That pitch is called for a ball. 3-2 count for Weber. And Weber works another walk. So runners on first and second. No outs in this inning. And UMES is in trouble.
They're going to have a mound visit here. And, I mean, they've just got to get Weber back in the zone. Even if the stuff is not as potent, you can't be walking hitters when you're trying to protect a one-run lead here. As we're in the late innings, it's the top of the sixth. So UMES does not have that many chances left to try and tie this back up. And we've seen recently that they were able to back in the fourth, but since then the pitching has been letting them down.
Now if you're Weber, you want to hope for a double play here. Clear the bases and get 2 outs. As her pitch almost hits the Bulldog batter. Extremely inside for ball 1. The pitch. That one is looped into right center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. The throw to third base, not in time. 2 runs score. Bowie State's dugout is rallying as they expand on their lead. Runner advances to third base. Chloe Weber digging herself a hole. No outs in this inning.
What a massive 2-run triple for Bowie State to add on. That's the most exciting moment they've had so far today. And again, they went into that right center field gap, which you have to wonder, why is UMES not shifting their outfielders? Right now, their center fielder should be in right center. That's where they've been driving the ball all day. And right there, that's an exciting triple. First of the preseason.
You're exactly right as Weber deals a strike. And now we got a 5-2 ball game. Bowie State on top in the bottom of the 6th inning here.
But a situation like that is exactly why you have to limit the walks, because that could have just been a double or a triple. Instead, it's 2 runs.
Exactly. It could still be 3-2 if you don't walk those batters.
Because unless you're, an incredible talent at limiting damage contact, you're putting yourself in a bad situation where one thing going wrong could be exactly what the opposing team needs for a rally.
Weber's pitch is called for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs in this inning. Weber's pitch is inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner on third base. Weber absolutely blowing up. You don't want to walk another batter. And she does walk another batter. So runners on first and second. That was a heads-up play by the Bulldogs. She stole second base.
She advanced to second. Interesting play there. UMES are just struggling to limit the damage here, and now it's another prime opportunity. Second and third, and this 3-hole hitter for Bowie State is 0 for 2 today, but she's the only one to not reach base, and you have to think maybe she's due.
You're exactly right. Weber's pitch is called for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Low, called for ball 2.
The question for UMES, do they have another pitcher available after their first game against Maryland that could take Weber's place here, because she does not look close to figuring it out.
Weber's pitch is called for a strike. 2-1 count. That ball is pulled out of play. Foul ball down the third base line. Looked like it almost could have been a base hit, which would have ran in another Bowie State runner, but Weber now faces a 2-2 count.
That was just a few inches foul, and that could have really been the backbreaker for UMES.
That ball is hit into center field, and she can't make the play. She dropped the ball. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. Runner advances to third base. She's out. So 2 runs score. The runner's out at third base. But that's a 7-2 lead for Bowie State. The center fielder dropped the ball. That looked like it was a routine pop fly out.
It just hopped out of the glove, and UMES are lucky to have gotten the out at third, but
and they keep Weber in. That's the first out of the inning.
so the bases are empty for the first time, but not because Weber's done anything to limit the damage. Right now, it's looking like a tough challenge for UMES to make a comeback here.
You're exactly right, and UMES gets behind the count already. 2 balls, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes. That pitch is called for a strike.
Weber getting a little bit of help from behind the plate in that count. Trying to avoid her 4th walk of the inning.
That ball's grounded softly to the shortstop, but she can't make the play. It's an error and a base hit for the Bulldogs. Now, Weber has given up walks and hits, but this outfield is playing very poorly. We saw that error back there that allowed the past 2 runs in. Now this ground ball, which should have been a routine out.
You're exactly right, Justin. That's the 4th error of the day for this UMES defense. And when you're struggling with command and with allowing, deep fly balls, you can't have your defense be giving away base runners.
Still 1 out in this inning. Weber deals. Runner advances to second. Runner will advance to third base. UMES's catcher not paying attention. And is that a walk? Maybe a hit by, I think that's a hit by pitch. So
they'll return her to second.
Yeah, they're going to return her to second. So runners on first and second. Just 1 out and another Bulldog batter.
This is the 8th hitter of the inning for Bowie State, who have just been pouring it on here in the 6th.
You're exactly right, Adam. As Weber deals another ball.
Their 6-hole hitter here has reached base twice, both in her most recent plate appearances. A single to lead off the 4th, and then a walk back in the 5th.
That pitch is outside. Runners will advance to second and third. The catcher dropped the ball behind her. And some heads-up plays and heads-up base running for Bowie State.
Don't forget, the only out of this inning came from an outfield assist after a runner tried to stretch a double into a triple. So they should have not been able to get anything going at the plate. That's almost another pass ball.
As the catcher will meet with Weber to talk things over.
You just have to wonder, are they out of pitchers on this roster? Because Weber is just, even if they're trying to, make her eat it, like, she's really, the arsenal is just not working today.
The ball is swung on and hit into the stands. Almost hit a fan, but went into the bleachers. 3-2 count for the Bulldogs. Runners on second and third. The payoff. That ball is swung on and into the dugout of UMES, so we'll do it again. The payoff. And she works a walk. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs.
That's Weber's 6th walk of the day, the 4th this inning. Bowie State have not stopped. They've been relentless. 7-2, they're going to try and add on here. Bases again loaded.
Yeah, as Weber will face the lefty batter. It appears as if she's bunting, or that's part of her stance. It's part of her stance. First pitch swinging, looped into right field, and she drops the ball. She dropped the ball. Some confusion on the base running.
So they'll have a force out at second because
Yep.
the runner from first did not break because that ball looked like an out and then it was dropped 2 seconds after.
Yeah, but I believe one run did score, so
that'll be in an E9.
I mean, you could have just ended that inning there. How do you drop that ball?
The defense has really been letting Weber down. She's not helped herself with these walks, but there have been multiple plays where you just cannot allow, like the bobble at short, that drop in right.
They dropped the ball in center field earlier, too.
It looks like there's a bit of confusion about the signs here. Third base coach yelling to the hitter. Bowie State have now batted around. They're going to have a talk about it over by third, but I don't know how you get out of this inning. Still only one out.
So she'll step back into the batter's box. A pitch is called for a strike, I believe. No, it's called a ball, but the runner will advance. So once again, Weber faces runners on second and third. You said it before, she's hasn't pitched pretty well. Her arsenal's not working today, but her teammates in the outfield have not really been helping her out. There are numerous times this inning we could just point to that are miscues and errors. I could have ended this inning, but now you're down by 6 runs.
Infield, outfield, a lot of balls past the catcher. Like that one right there.
Yeah.
Just sailed off the glove. I mean, no advance. Weber was quick to cover the plate, but they might run out of time for this game. The next game is scheduled to start at 5 o'clock, Maryland versus Bowie State. And Bowie State's going to need at least some time between the games to reset.
You're right. Weber avoids the walk as she gets a strike call there down the middle. 3-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning.
And this 8-hole hitter walked earlier this inning to lead off this rally.
Grounded softly to the shortstop, and she makes the throw at first base. So that'll end the inning finally, Adam. And Weber lets up 6 runs, 4 walks, and we go to the top of the 7th. Bowie State up 8-2. And we welcome you back to College Park. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. UMES is up to bat. Let's see how they respond. First pitch is called outside.
So third inning of work for this Bowie State reliever who has been dominant today. Has not allowed a base runner.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. That ball is outside for A ball, 2-1 count. It's Paige Perkins up to bat. That ball is tipped, and it'll be clocked as a strike.
So fouled right back. And for UMES, this game likely is out of reach. Bottom of the sixth, down, trailing by 6. But you just want to try and add on as much as you can. It's good that they got 2 after being shut out by Maryland earlier.
Right. Strike 3. Paige Perkins goes down looking. That ball had some movement on it. And it's the first out for the Bulldogs pitcher. I'll bring up the next senior, Emily Gunther.
So that was this reliever's 3rd strikeout, first one looking, but just such a dominant force after an up and down performance by the starter. This reliever has just been lights out.
Pitch is in there, called for a strike. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 is the count. Pitcher follows up a backwards K, getting ahead of this count early. The 0-2 pitch. That one is fouled out of the stadium.
And just challenging right there with the middle fastball. That's exactly what you do when you have such confidence in your stuff, and you're also looking to try and finish this game, because Bowie State have to play a second one. UMES are in no rush here, but Bowie State do want some time before they have to take on the tougher Maryland opponent.
That one is a pop fly to the center fielder, and she makes the play for the second out of the inning. So Perkins goes down looking on strikes. Gunther pops out to center field. I'll bring up number 55, Tyler Dickerson. Dickerson, the sophomore out of Federalsburg, Maryland, from Colonel Richardson High School.
She's pinch hitting for Meyer, who had 2 walks on the day, including an RBI walk.
That pitch is in there, called for a strike.
So 2 strikes away from 9 up, 9 down for this reliever.
The ball went past the catcher for ball 1. Bulldogs pitchers pitch is called for a strike. That ball is fouled back.
But we'll see if they stretch out this reliever to go potentially in the 7th, because it's important for Bowie State to not be wasting pitchers in this first game, because they're going to need all hands on deck for their second against Maryland. They're supposed to start at 5.
Yeah, kind of close, 4:32 the time right now. The pitcher deals. That ball's high, and she works herself into a full count, 3-2, 2 outs.
It's the first count of the day from this pitcher. We'll have to see, can she avoid allowing a base runner?
She's been great so far. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss! Down the middle, fastball. As UMES goes down on strikes, 9 up, 9 down for this reliever. As she walks off into her dugout. High fives from her teammates. And UMES will take the field once again. Let's see who UMS brings out, but we go to the top of the 7th. 8-2 is your score. Bowie State on top of UMES. We welcome you back to College Park right away. Bowie State's ball is a line drive right over the second baseman, and they've reached on base already. First pitch swinging. Chloe Weber's out of the game. They've got a new reliever in for UMES. It's the top of the 7th. Bowie State on top 8-2 here in College Park. The pitch swung on and fouled back into the netting.
I think we're likely to see in this inning a little bit less discipline from these hitters because, honestly, they're trying to get this game over with in a sense because they need to recharge to face Maryland. They also don't want to throw away at bats.
The pitcher for UMES is number 99.
So she moves from shortstop to the mound, which checks out. She must have a good arm there.
Yeah. So far, she's already ahead of this count, 0-2. That ball is hit right to the third baseman, and they get the out at first base. Runner advances to second, but 99 is already looking much better than last inning.
So we've seen 4 pitches and 4 swings. It looks like that's the plan for Bowie State right now. They're just going to be swinging at everything within reason. You know, you don't want to obviously create a bad habit, but it's just the clock is winding down. It's already 4:36, and they've got 20 minutes until the scheduled start.
Yeah, and that's pitched right down the middle. That's something that you do want to swing at. Like you said, Bowie State's going to be swinging much more, but within reason, you want to stay disciplined. 0-1 count right now for 99. She deals. That one is swung on and lands in between the gap in left center field. 1 run will score. Runner advances to second base. And that's a double for Bowie State. That one was cranked back at the warning track in between the gap between the center fielder and the left fielder. So Bowie State goes on top 9-2. Runner advances to second base. And still 1 out in this inning. That pitch is line drive down the left field line. Another run will score. Back at the warning track, the throw comes into third base. They hold the runner up at second. So Bowie State goes back-to-back. Line drive hits into the outfield, into left center field, into left field, and they go up 10-2. Runner on second base. And you're in a great spot if you're Bowie State. The bats are hot right now.
Bowie State are just adding on, and something interesting, we're seeing them hit it to left field. All day they've been going right center and pulling it for lefties. So it's an interesting change in approach that they're just trying to be early as right-handed hitters.
Right, and these right-handed hitters are pulling it, but they're chopping it into left field, left center fields, and just pouring it on this UMES defense. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back.
And there's always a trade-off with discipline and power, so the fact that they're intentionally trying to be less disciplined in this inning, knowing that they've already likely sealed this game up, it would be very surprising to see a 9-run comeback for UMES in the bottom of the 7th.
That would be immaculate. 99's pitch is outside for ball 1. The catcher eyeing down that second base runner for Bowie State, trying to hold her up. The 1-2 pitch, in for a strike. So the Bulldogs go down looking, a backwards K for 99 to get the second out of the inning.
And that's the first strikeout for UMES since back all the way in the 4th inning.
99's pitch is called for a ball.
So last time up, this 5-hole hitter was plunked, which helped contribute to that big 5-run rally.
That pitch is down the middle, called for a ball. It appears as if it was low. The umpire has a different view than us. Like you said, he's taking a step to the left of the catcher, so going to be more inside as that ball is chopped softly into the infield, but they can't make the play. So another run will score. That was about the first baseman was about 6 feet apart from the second baseman, and she couldn't make the throw. So another run will score, and that'll be marked as a single. Just miscues by this UMES defense.
And just a questionable decision to throw overhand there when you're right, Justin. She was so close that you could have just flipped it underhand. But, I mean, that's another error for this UMES defense who have just been letting their pitchers down this game. And leads to another run now, 11-2.
That one is hit right into the second baseman. A hard ball hit. It'll go into the outfield. They'll hold the runners up, but that'll be a single. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. And Bowie State has not taken their foot off the gas here.
And the second baseman just did not read that hop well. It bounced off her chest. She was expecting a smaller hop that she could take into her glove around where her knees are and then try and flip to first. But instead, runners on the corners, this pitcher in trouble. Not fault of her own, though.
Swing and a miss. First pitch strike. Yeah, I mean, that ball was hit really hard, so it's hard to time that bounce.
You're right that it is damage contact, but when it's on the ground like that to a well-positioned infielder, that's a play that the infield has to make. You can't blame your pitcher there. If that was hard hit, right up the middle where no one is, then I would agree with you.
Right, that's a different story. Is this Bulldog hitter tries to bump, and it's a foul ball. Right, you got to make that play if you're an infielder. You're about 6-7 feet apart.
She wasn't even lunging for it. That's the thing. She was standing right where, well-positioned, exactly where she needed to be, and it could have been perfect redemption after that error, but instead it just creates a jam that UMES will try and work out of, avoid a double-digit deficit.
Ooh, that ball was high, and I think it hit the umpire's helmet. Yeah, I mean, they were really close. You said it before. I don't know why she didn't flip it underhand to make that play. But Bowie State stays alive in this inning. And their dugout is still rallying, cheering on this team. I mean, they're up 9 runs, so you're happy if you're Bowie State.
Well, they're fired up. They're also trying to build some energy because they've got another full game to play.
You're right, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 99 deals. That ball is pop fly to the left fielder, and she makes the play to end the inning. So, Bowie State has a couple of runs scored in, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. We welcome you back to the 7th inning. EMES's balls popped right to the center fielder of Bowie State. So already the first out of this inning.
So UMES 2 outs away from a doubleheader sweep here in the preseason after multiple games were rescheduled. There was supposed to be a game yesterday against Maryland. That got canceled and moved up to today. And it's been a triple header of softball here at Robert E. Taylor Stadium.
The pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the stands. That pitch was called for a strike, but the catcher shifted to the outside a little bit. Still got the strike call.
So some good framing there.
Yes.
As Bowie State are looking for 4 innings out of their reliever.
The 0-2 pitch is hit softly to center field, and that's the second out of the inning. And the second ball hit right to center field. So 2 outs already. UMES brings up number 5, Layla Collins, the freshman out of Galloway, New Jersey, who could play infield or outfield. But let's see what she brings to the table now as she steps into the batter box to face the Bulldogs pitcher. That pitch is called for a ball. That one is fouled really high back into the bleachers, and a souvenir for a fan.
Have you ever caught a baseball, Justin?
I've not. I'm yet to.
Okay, should be on the list.
Yeah.
Got to go to some Maryland baseball games this year.
Yeah. You know, it'd be electric if I catch one at Yankee Stadium in October. That ball is hit high into the center fieldman, and she makes the play. So 3 outs right to the center fieldman, and that'll do it for the inning. And that'll do it for the game. Thank you for joining us. Bowie State defeats UMES 11-2. That's University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I'm Justin Haberman, alongside with me
Adam Lipman.
Adam Lipman. And for WMUC Sports, your Terps, your station.